Good morning, everyone. So it's Tuesday morning. I'm back with an exciting class today. I spent probably about an hour last night preparing this class and going through some new exercises. And that's what's exciting, is I have some new exercises. That's what's so good. So I'm really excited about that. I did notice today that when I log on, I'm now logging on as 60 up and not logging on as Dan Metcalfe. So I don't know whether that's part of the issue that people are having, and I don't know how to change that. I don't know how to start my own live video as it used to happen. Pat, great to see you here. And again, I hope you can leave messages. Let me straighten this camera up just a little bit. Hope you can leave messages. Please say hi. I think I may have figured out what the issue is, and that is that it's forcing me to log on now as 60 up and not Dan Metcalfe. And that may be part of the reason the messages won't come through. Working on it, it's so frustrating. But I'm hoping that you guys can help me solve this from the point of view that just by sending messages and just being here is so good. I see there's a number of people logging on now, so thanks so much for being here with me. So I was saying about today's workout. We know, Bob, good to see you here, Bob. Try and send me a message. People, I can't see any messages on here. It's so frustrating. It says here, Pat, you commented on your live video in 60 up. So there you go. I went in there. This thing is messing me around. Now I'm not even live anymore. I can't even see what I'm doing anymore. Now, but for some reason this is messing up crazy. I can't even see myself on screen anymore. Okay, I think I'm back. Okay, I think I'm back now. And again, I apologize. Very, very frustrating with the whole thing. Denise, Doug, good to see you here. Hello, Bob. Yes, I'm live. It's good to know. I'm live. I'm alive. That's the weirdest thing. I have to go back in and edit this video out because I don't know what's going on. But I can now see myself. Yeah, Bob, the sound doesn't match the picture. Is it matching now? So I'm going to do a countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, now after this, respond now if the is my sound matching the picture? Yes or no? That's the question. So feel free to come back in and just comment right now and see if it's going. Okay, now I'm not getting any messages. Bob, no, okay, so what we're going to do, I'm going to log off and I'm going to log back in again. I apologize. I don't know what's going on with Facebook. Every class, it seems to be a problem right now. So please be patient. I'm going to log off and I'm going to log straight back in again. Oh, Kirk, you're saying the sound is now matching? Ah, okay, that's great. Then in that case, I'm going to stay where we're at. Um, it I can see people commenting now. Oh, Bob, okay. Oh, Bob, I see what was happening. You were trying to get me to mess up, weren't you? I know I'm just messing around. So pretending. Bob, everybody, Bob always tries to like get me. So I think it's because I locked the bathroom door and he couldn't get in, so he's trying to get me back. Anyway, thanks so much. I want to get on with this class. It's been a bit of a mess when I go back and look at messages that are coming through. Hi, Mum. Good to see you. My ankle is getting a little better. I've been doing some very specific physical therapy on myself, and it's definitely helping. So thanks for that. Denise, great to see you. Looking forward to today's stretching and workout. I have a very simple workout, but I have something new for you, and I'm excited about this because Larry, your picture is upside down. Um, Larry, stop doing headstands. Get back on your feet. Just showing off your balance on your hands, aren't you? Yeah, it's okay. I'm all over the place because this Facebook has got me a little bit messed up. Um, I can't even see myself now. It looks so dark, but I think it sounds good. Let's move on from the issues and get back to today. Very simple class today, but I have some brand new exercises that I'm very excited to do. We've got some very specific issues. I've been talking to Diane, who has a little bit, her greatest testimonial came through from her. She sent me a message. Thank you, Diane, about her left leg finally working again. And it's because of the brain connection and getting her toes just to move a little bit. So I have a couple of little exercises we're going to do on that. I have one about going down onto your knee and being stable when you're kneeling on one knee, whether that's out in the backyard, gardening, um, just the fact that you're bending down on a knee to get something out of a closet, or a cupboard low down. And so when I look at the exercises, we're going very simple, very specific, and really having time to really strengthen up individual legs. Again, Tuesday, I love Tuesdays because it's the basic class. I can still see people logging on now. So we want to make sure that I give you just a little bit of time. I don't know whether Facebook has been a little bit of an issue again today. My message is for today is kindness. It's so I had a gentleman on Facebook who had written some pretty aggressive stuff about 60 up. And again, I'll always be honest in here. And I reached out and he didn't really know about 60 up. And I went and looked at his Facebook page. And what a beautiful guy he is. He's got a heart. You could tell when I look at people's pages, you can tell what type of character they are, the things that mean stuff to you. And we went into a little bit of a back and forth exchange. And and even though I felt that we were being attacked, um, it wasn't about having to fight back. It was about understanding where the information was coming from. And that's why I took the time to go and look at his page, and we've become friends since. And he wrote a beautiful apology. But the beautiful thing was looking at his page, how much love he actually has to those that are close to him. And I think as we get older, and I certainly feel this way as well, there seems like people are just trying to take from us all the time instead of give. And we can get confused when we don't understand or know enough about a company or about a person. So by taking the time to get to know him and looking at where his heart is and giving kindness back, things completely changed around. And he's such a great guy. He's in his 80s and lived a great life. And my mission right now is to go back and help him relive some of that. The dreams that he thinks are gone forever. All of you are in this amazing boat where things are changing for the better. And I know, Bob, for you, things that you didn't think you'd ever do again, you're back doing again. And that's what makes it so important. Kindness is imperative. But kindness has to start with yourself. You've got to be kind to yourself. I hold myself at a very high standard and I'm very competitive. And Bob, you'll know I get frustrated with a lot of things quickly because I want the best. I want to keep working. And when I see people not committing to themselves, it frustrates me because I know that everyone is so much more than they understand. But you've got to be kind to yourself. You have to give yourself time. You've got to give yourself permission to get better and be committed and commit to the longevity of the program, not just the quick get up and start and go. So with that being said, my message today is kindness. Be kind to yourself. And when you're kind to yourself, you find it easier to be kind to others. When you're mad at yourself, we can also take it out on others. And I'm so happy that we took the time from me and this gentleman from Facebook to actually connect on a personal level and realize people aren't bad. It's situations that tend to change us. But when we look at the core and heart of most people, they're beautiful. So again, stay close to who you are and stay powerful and passionate because that's really what life is all about. So with that being said, I want to get going. I want to get started on it. Herbert, great to see you. Where's Betsy today? I hope she's doing well and I hope she's fine and come back. And for those of you that are watching later on Facebook or on YouTube, I wish you the best days and really enjoy this basic workout connecting the brain to the body. Here we go. Okay, just checking. I've got my water here. Now, what I'm going to do is a very, very basic workout, which is about building confidence and structure. Someone just sent a message before we go. Oh, she's at the hairdresser's. Oh, Betsy, you left me for the hairdresser. It's okay. Thanks for being here, Herbert. So what I want you to do now is just go through a little motion we got. I just want you to put your weight on your left leg, tap the foot, bring it back. Transfer your weight, tap the foot, bring it back. So all we're looking to do in here is just tap the floor to the side as part of the warm-up. And I want you to feel the big toe. I want you to feel the big toe touch the ground. Feel your balance. Now, if you want to, take one hand down and know the board is there to support you. So again, we're just working hips, loosening the hip up. We're making sure that our weight transference, and if you want to let go of both poles, you can. I'm not really putting my weight on the leg that's going out. I'm keeping all my weight really on the leg that's staying on the floor, not moving. So I'm just getting that brain to connect to the feeling of strength and pushing my foot into the ground so I feel how strong I am. Last one to the left. There you go. Good. Just shake those legs out. Now, what I want you to do is push on the ball of your foot and then push on the heel of your foot. If you notice, I'll do it to the side. Push on the ball of your foot, then push on the heel of your foot. And each time, I'm taking my foot slightly forward. So I push on the ball of my foot and then down, then the heel. Now, what I want you to do on this one is when you're doing this, try and put the ball of the foot onto the board now. So I put when I press on the heel. So I press on the ball of my foot, now press the heel into the ground and just push your foot on the back of the board. So ball of the foot goes into the ground, now heel's on the ground, push the ball, and you'll feel how there's a little stretch in the calf. So we push and push the ball of the foot. Now push on the heel, but again, I push on the ball of the foot. Now I put my foot and I'm pushing down onto the heel. Now the reason I want the ball of the foot onto the board when I push down is it helps stretch my calf. It helps stretch again the ankle. It also brings that flexion of the foot up for the front. So anybody that's suffering from drop foot, put the ball, but don't push on the board, push on the heel down. Last one each side. Ball of the foot, heel of the foot, and then ball of the foot and heel of the foot. There you go, good. So that's our little bit of a warm-up. I'm just going to straighten this board up just a little bit from what I can see. Okay, what I want you to do is just tap 1 and 1. Let's go back right to the basics of just tapping 1 and 1. And you'll notice if you haven't done this for a while, even if you've advanced, how aware you become or cognitive you become of what you're doing in here. There you go, perfect. So we're just going back into here. There you go. Excellent. Now what I want you to do is now tap on 2 and 2. So our feet are going slightly more to the side. Check by looking down if you need to. And it's just the toes on my feet are just tapping on the board now. But we're going slightly a wider step. Last 2, right and left. Then we're going to go to 3 and 3. So now tap outside the pole, outside the pole, outside the pole, outside the pole. And what we're doing here is just, again, changing the angle because the wider my leg stretches, the more I have to lean on the leg that's staying on the ground. Again, I go back, this was the very first exercise I ever did with you, Bob. Just getting this and noticing how off balance you were on one leg, but the board saved you. Last two. Good. Now what I want you to do is last one, we're just going to tap 1, down, 2, down, 3, down, left leg. 1, down, 2, down. And what we're doing is repetitive motion of, notice when I go forward, my weight on my left leg is more in the middle. The wider I go, the more I have the pressure on the outside of the foot that's staying on the ground, the wider I go. And because we got repetition of doing the same foot 3 times, we're helping that brain really feel and adjust the pressure points on the leg rather than just changing on every one. Last time through, 1, 2, and 3, and left leg, 1, 2, and 3. Good. Shake those legs out. Now give me 10 butt kickers. All I want you to do is just lift the heel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Excellent. Now, one of the things that I've been hearing a lot about is people tend to have one leg stronger than the other. So what I want you to do, we're going to work a little bit today on equalizing the strength. So I want you to put your weight on your left leg, push the board to the ground, lift your right leg, and I want you to bend. We're going to do 5 of these. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5. Good. Push the board to the other side. The reason we're having the board, and I'm going to be a little bit careful on my right leg because of my ankle. Here we go. 1, and 2. The reason I have the board on the ground is I want you to feel safe. I want you to feel stable. And so again, just that feeling of strength gives you the confidence. Now, we're going to do it again. Push the board. We're going to do 4 this time. Bend the knee. 1, and 2. Keep that board pushed if you need to. 3, and 4. Go across the other side. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. Good. But now we're going to go 3, but we're going to try and keep the board now in the center. If it goes to the side, let it go to the side and let it support you. Don't fight it and lose your balance. So here in the middle, here we go. 3, and 1, and 2, and 3. Let's switch over to the right leg. And 1. You can still use the poles. 2, and 3. I can feel a little bit of a wobble because of the strength in my ankle that's missing right now. Let's go to the left. Here we go. And just 2. 1, 2. Go to the right ankle. Or sorry, right leg is my right ankle. We go 1. We go 2. Good. And come back. 1 and 1 now. 1 and 1. Good. Now, because we're working on individual leg strength, we're going to do a little exercise now to test your balance, feel those pressure points on your foot. What I want you to do is put your foot, left foot, right in line with the center of the board. So the red mark in the center, my ear just fell out, red line in the center. What I want you to do is stand on there, lift your leg up, bend your knee. Now rock the board side to side, but stay balanced on that leg. Can you feel that? So again, even though things are moving, the strength of the leg that you're standing on maintains your center balance while things around you or even your upper body is moving. Good. Change legs. Bring the right leg right to the middle in the center. Lift the left leg, bend the knee slightly, and now wobble that board and feel how strong your right foot is. Push that right foot into the ground. Feel your toes and how they're strong. How the inside and outside of the foot are all engaged working together at the same time. There you go. Come back. Stand here. Shake those legs out. Now, the last thing we're going to do is a little step on the board right now, where what I want you to do is lift the left leg and just step right in the middle and push. Come back, lift the left leg, right leg, sorry. Step and push. Now, what I want you to do is try and think of the middle of toe touching the board first. The middle toe, that means your outside and inside big, toes push down, but the middle toe is touching the board first. So I'm up, middle toe, down, push, and back. Up, middle toe, push the heel, down and back. And this is an exercise specifically for Diane, who said her left leg tends to have the little toe touch the ground first and then roll in. So by focusing on the middle toe, we align the bottom of the foot and now push down. And eventually you'll have it where you feel the pressure points and you just push in here. So lift, touch, heel, push, and lift, middle toe, let the heel drop, push, and feel your weight right in the middle of your foot. And if you begin to feel that you're pushing more with the inside or the outside of the foot, you'll notice the board will wobble. And we correct that by trying to think of your pressure point right in the middle. Last one coming up on the right foot, lift, place, down, push, and awesome. What I want you to do real quick, grab a quick drink of water. Mine's over here. So quick little drink of water. We're going to go on to the next exercise where we're going to start stepping up. We've got a total of 7 exercises, but some of those exercises have multiple, have multiple exercises within them. And I've got 2 brand new exercises today that I created last night, thinking about how I can help. And I think they're going to surprise you. I should try and talk and drink at the same time because apparently you guys can hear me swallowing because of these the sensitivity of these earbuds. Okay, next exercise I want you to do. We're now going to step up with the left foot on number 1. So step up and lift. Now step back down. Now push on 1, push on 2, push on 3 with a little leg lift in between and come back. Here we go, right foot, step up on 1, lift the left leg. Now step back. Now press on 1, lift, press on 2, lift, press on 3, lift, and come back down. Here we go again. So step up on 1 and lift. Now press on 1, come back. Press on 2, come back. Press on 3, come back. Why am I doing this exercise? Because I want to impress. Oh, that wasn't very good. I got something in my eye as well. Okay, here we go. Right foot, step up on 1. Now step back, lift. Now press on 1. I'll explain to you why we're doing this exercise. I want you to notice that even though you're pressing on the leg, and let's step up left leg, in here we step up. Now I want you to feel, I'm stepping, I'm pushing, nope, I'm coming back. I'm pushing, no, I'm coming back. I'm pushing, so we're strengthening the leg that's pushing back, but more importantly, we're able to push back onto a leg that's stable. So as I push, nope, I've got to come back. I'm not feeling in balance. I come back to my center. Left leg, step up, lift. Now lift, I'm stepping forward. I don't feel good. I'm stepping forward wider. I want to come back. I've stepped too wide. I'm coming back to my center. Right leg, step up, lift, and push, and push, and push, up, down. One more time each side. Step up, feel solid and strong. Now, push, come back, push, solid, come back. This is no different than the pressure you have to have being able to stand and lift your leg off of the ground. I know for you, Bob, being able to stand on one leg was an impossibility, but in such a short time, you got it back again. I know you love doing the demonstrations. I see you on TV all the time going, look, I can balance on one leg. I can balance on one leg. Whereas before you couldn't even lift your foot off of the ground and feel safe. Fantastic. Okay, so the next exercise we're going to do, let's step up on 2 and 2. Remember again, this is about basic slow movement where we're really looking at integration of pressure points in here. So just pushing side to side. There you go. Pushing side to side, just feeling that pressure. I want you to feel when the board touches the ground, how strong that leg is, how strong. We're changing that brain to, instead of feeling fearful or scared or weak, we're feeling, I'm strong, I'm powerful, I've got the ability, I can feel what's happening, and I'm in control of my change of weight, my transference of weight, my different body lean. Now, what I want you to do is when you push down, and this is going to be an exercise that for some of you keep both hands on the board, on the poles, but for some of you that really want to engage because you're at a higher level of confidence and ability, we're going to do something a little bit different. Good. To begin with, push down with the left, lift to the left, push down with the right, lift the left leg, and lift, and lift, and lift, and lift, and lift. So we're just lifting nice and easy. As we're going, we're strengthening up the hip flexor by lifting the leg. We're strengthening our ability to balance on one leg because we're putting the pressure, and you'll notice as you do this how tight your butt muscle should get because it's part of your stabilization through your core. Now what I want you to do is bring the knee across and go across this way. So we start to stretch the hip and just touching the pole slightly. So instead of just lifting the knee up, we're now working the adductor muscle, the inside of the thigh, again, getting stronger for change of direction. Where would we use this? Maybe if you're crossing over your step, you're walking down the street and you just cross one leg over the other to change direction. It could be if you're in France and they have one of those, this is for Bob, they have one of those toilets where you actually flush by touching the pedal on the toilet and it flushes it instead of your hand, so Bob could flush the toilet. Where did that come from? I remember my French days. Okay, come back and rock. Now we're going to take it to another level. For those of you that aren't ready yet, just keep lifting the leg. For those of you that are confident, you're going to hold on to the pole with the same leg that's lifting. So I'll push, I'm going to touch my knee. Push, touch my knee. Push, touch my knee. So we're just in here, and what we're doing is we're letting go of the pole only if you're ready, knowing you can grab it at any time. But as you're leaning, notice how the leg now is fully responsible for holding my weight because I don't have that pole to push on. I have a safety pole if I begin to feel off balance, but the side that I'm leaning on is just my legs supporting that body weight. Let's go, just a few more. Excellent. For those of you that are just rocking or just lifting your leg and just learning how to use the 60 up, it's great. Everything is a slow progression, and that's why I say be kind to yourself, because you've got to be at the level you're at to be able to grow and make sure that you do it safely. Good. Bring your feet back. Just rock side to side. Now come and find your balance. Can you find that? Is the brain engaged enough in pressure points that you know how much pressure? Let's rock again. How much pressure to put on both sides? There you go. Good. Just nice and easy. Now come and find your balance. How quickly can you find that balance again? And then that quick little adjustment to feel where you're at. And let's go again. We're going to rock it side to side. Beautiful. There you go. And find your balance. Now we're going to add a little knee bend to here. It's actually a squat. I shouldn't say knee bend. I don't like using the word knee bend because people think of bending your knees. I want you to think of engaging your quads. So find your balance, stick the butt back, push your butt back, bend the knees, come up, and let's rock again. 4 of these. Now find your balance, butt goes back, small squat, stand up. 4, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Balance, butt, down, up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Balance, butt, down, up. And again, 1, 2, 3, 4. Balance, butt, down. Last time to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Balance, butt, down, and up. Good job. Just push down with the left foot, step back off of the board, grab yourself a quick drink of water. Now, the reason that we did those exercises, 1, 2, 3, 4, balance, butt, down, and up, is how quickly can you integrate? And what will have happened Some of you would have been great on all of them. Some of you would have been great on one or two of them. Some of you would have struggled, but the great thing is by keeping with the rhythm, the but, the down, even if you're not slightly balanced, you're constantly correcting. That strengthens the inside, outside the foot, the ankles, your cognizant awareness, cognivity, I think I was trying to say, of pressure points in your feet, that even if you're bending and you're off balance, you're pushing. So you're engaging that stabilization factor in your muscles and skeletal structure. And again, you don't have to be perfectly balanced to be working on your balance. In fact, in many ways, when you're perfectly balanced and centered, you're not working your balance as much as when you're slightly rocking and correcting, because it's the correcting that's the right. Once it's perfect, you're not working on it because it's found its middle. Okay, next exercise I want you to do. We're going to stand sideways. So face the left-hand side, put your right hand on the front pole, step up, and we're just going to be in this position. Now, if you're uncomfortable, you can hold both of these. If you feel a little more comfortable, you can hold onto here, both hands, and if you're very comfortable, you can step it. So this is a leg strengthener and ability to increase your strength in your toe and your heel. What I want you to do, lift your left leg, push back. Lift your left leg, push forward. We're just going to do this forward and backwards a little bit in here. There you go, just forward and backwards, nice and easy. Excellent. And feel, not the leg that's working, feel the change in the leg that's staying on the board, how it's adapting and changing to the slight angles that are changing. There you go, good. Now what I want you to do is lift the leg and find that middle. Try and find that balance. Now, if you're not comfortable doing one leg, put both feet on there and try and find your balance and feel the pressure. Knees are very slightly bent, and all you're doing is feeling the pressure point in the heel and the toe. I'm going back to one leg balance. Now, step again. We go forward, lift, back. I'm going to add a little challenge to this one. And again, if you're here and you want to hold on with both, that's okay. Just make sure you're turning from the waist and keeping the knee and leg going forward. There you go. Now, come and find your balance. Lift that leg. If you want both feet in the middle, feel free to do that. Now what I want you to do is push on my toe, push on my heel, toe, heel, toe, heel. Now find that middle, find that balance. There you go, good. And constantly correcting. And the only way you're correcting it is by pushing on your toe, pushing on your heel, until you find that perfect stabilized middle. And now your pressure points are in a perfect position. You'll notice very quickly how things can change a little bit, and you've got to correct again. Good. Step off the side of the board. Let's go to the other side. Left hand goes on the right front pole. I step up in the middle with my left foot. Right leg now. Here we go. Step forward, step back. And not big steps. Make sure that you feel the board before you put your weight forward, so you can feel. And again, look, this is one of those exercises that a lot of people, when they first did the board, side to side facing front was easy, or at least they felt really safe. This one, they began to feel really uncomfortable. Make sure your body stays in the middle. All the work is done with the legs, and your body doesn't lean forward or back. The wobble, the rock in the board is happening because of the pressure that you're putting on the board or on your toes. Good. Come to the middle. Lift that leg if you feel comfortable. Keep both feet down if you don't. You can hold on with both hands. Remember, you can turn and twist and hold on here. I'm going to go back to here and feeling the balance pressure points on my toe and my heel. Good. And let's step forward again. Step back. Step forward. Step back. Good. This is such an incredible exercise for training, for going off of a sidewalk, off of the curb, even stepping down steps, or feeling the strength as you're stepping from back to front. Because again, it's all about pressure point and strength in the leg. Feel how much your left leg is working right now. Good. Now come up, feel that balance. Find that center point. Now push on the toe and the heel. So we're going to rock and feel now how strong that ankle's getting. Feel how strong your calf is getting. Your knee is very slightly bent. There you go. Good. Excellent. Now find that middle and find your balance. I can see, Bob, you just left a message. I can't see what it is right now. Find that balance. Find that point, pressure point. Good. And step side off of the board. We're moving on to the next exercise. So again, such a great exercise, but I can feel, and this is what I want you to be honest with yourself and kind to yourself. I can feel how tight my calf muscles are right now. So I'm going to push the board to the left, put the ball of my foot on the edge of the board and just stretch. Heel on the ground, ball of the foot on the back of the board, and I'm feeling that stretch. Bob, I can see you've left 3 messages in a row. Good, let's change legs. Go into here. Now we're going to be going on to a new exercise that I'm going to ask you to do this. It's going to be very interesting how you adapt to this and feed it. And again, safety is everything. So please work with me in here. This is, we're going to be using the red ball. And I'm pretty excited about this exercise because I was doing it last night, never done it before. And I'm excited. What we're going to do before that happens is grab a quick drink of water. Leave the board where it is, where it's facing. Where's my water? I left it over here. Let's just do the comments really quickly. Yes, Bob, you push off the ball. Will I need water? Oh, what? That's water, Bob. Water. Thanks, Bob. Yes, this is not easy. This is the type of thing that, again, we're really looking to maximize the abilities that we have. Okay, this is something completely new. I'm going to reach down and grab the red ball. That's the ball, Bob. Ball. Grab the red ball. I'm going to put it on the ground behind you. So a lot of people, again, get nervous if the red ball is on the ball. We're going to do some exercise on it. What I want you to do is put your right foot right in the middle of the ball and just step up on it. We're just going to do an exercise here where your balance goes right in the middle of the ball and try and keep that board completely stable in the middle. We're just stepping up nice and easy. There you go. And change legs. So my right leg goes to the ground. I put my left leg right in the middle. Try and step up and keep that balance as you're going. We're stepping right into the middle of the ball. There you go. I'm feeling that balance. And you should feel how, again, the ball is a little bit, the compression forces you to have to adjust your balance very quickly. Last one. There you are. Good. Now what I want you to do is put your foot on here, come up and see if you can balance. Try and find that balance. The board will save you as you're rocking. Just keep there. Try and go up on your toe a little bit so you're here and try and find that center. The board will help you keep your foot on the ball. Make sure you're stepping perfectly in the middle of the ball. Here we go, left leg. Step up, find that balance point. There you go, good. Constantly adjusting, and the beauty here is the brain is working non-stop to be able to find this center point. Good. This is where it gets fun now. That's just the beginning. Your confidence grows as you realize, you know what, the board will help save me. I've got strength in my feet. Now I want you to put your right foot on here, step up and step on 2 on the board. Now step back and step on here. This is an exercise that I created last night because a lot of people said when they step back, they feel uncomfortable. They feel like they're going to lose their balance. So by increasing the intensity of the balance point on the back leg, by having it on the red ball, you'll find how much stronger you feel. Good. Bring the left foot back to the ground. Let's step up on the red ball. Left foot on the ball. Step up. Put your right foot on the board. Now push back and lift that leg. Push back and lift that leg. Think of those toes in the left leg, the one that's on the ball, being super strong. Don't lean back with your body. Kind of push back onto the ball by transferring your weight and letting your weight go back and just feeling that strength in there. There you go. And again, now bring that right foot back to the ground. Good. I hope you feel good. What I want you to do is just move the ball slightly to the side so it's out the way. We're going to come back to it in a minute. Now step up. Left leg goes up. Now bring the right leg down and feel how strong that right leg feels. Now that you're going back onto a solid floor, Notice how strong that floor feels. Last one. Good. Take the right leg up onto number 2. Now step back. How solid are you? That foot is so engaged in the ground, and feel how solid the ground feels that straight away, boom, you're centered. Last one. Good. Okay, we're going to come back to the ball one more time. Now, this one is going to be a sensory placement exercise. I want you to step your right foot on the ball, put your left foot on number 1. Now, lift your foot off of the ball and just step back and see if you can press. You're going to keep your weight on the left leg, but what I want you to do is just push back and see, can you find the same placement each time? Feel where that ball is, put a little weight on it and step forward again. Again, completely new exercise of where we're just taking our foot and then placing it back. So again, it's muscle memory and placement memory for the brain to slightly lose or transfer the weight, but go back again quickly. Good, let's change, come down to the ground. What I want you to do is step up, your right foot goes to number 1, put your left foot on the ball, press back on it, and lift, and down, and lift. And feel as you're pressing down on it, the change that you have with your foot. There you go, good. Down, excellent. Last one. Good. Now take your left foot to the ground, right foot, and we're not done with the ball yet. So again, such a simple, basic exercise. And you can do these just sitting on the sofa. You can take the red ball without even having it on the board, put it on the ground, and just roll your feet on it just while you're sitting on the sofa. Just integrate. This will be fantastic for people with neuropathy. Having your feet, no shoes on, get rid of the shoes, sit on the sofa, have your socks. Sometimes I know with neuropathy, having bare skin can be painful. Just have your socks on there, and just while you're watching TV, just push on your little toe, push on your big toe. Get that blood going, get the neurons beginning to activate again, and get the flow going. Okay, next exercise. This one I'm most excited about. What I want you to do is take the red ball and just put it on the top of the board to begin with. It doesn't have to go back in the hole, just on the top. I had a message, or you will have seen a post in the group, the private group this week, of when you go down on one knee, feeling off balance. Like you can be on your feet, you feel good, but as soon as you go onto a knee, you feel off balance. So we're going to do a little progression today. This is the last exercise, and I love this exercise. This was something I created last night, thinking of what the problem is and what's the solution. So what I want you to do is just take your right foot back and bend and come back up. We're just warming up. Change feet. Here, use the poles to pull yourself back up again. So I'm here. And again, the problem was not bending. The problem was when we were on the knee, how do you get back up again? So again, really want to work on this. Go a little bit lower now. What we're doing is we're stretching the muscles and just feeling that strength of going down onto the ground. There you go, good. Now, be smart, be brave, but again, be smart. I want you to take your knee to the ground just as if you're kneeling down. So take your right leg back. You can use the poles, lower your hands quickly, and just come down till your knee's on the ground. That's as far as it is. Now put your hands on top of the poles and pull yourself back up again. We haven't even got to the balance part yet. I'm just getting you down and up. Go back, slide your hands first so you can lean your body weight on your hands, slide down, feel that weight on your left knee. Now put your hands back up and come back up and pull yourself back up. Great. Now, this is the fun part. Take the ball, and I want you to put the ball upside down and put it on the ground, upside down. Now, trust me on this one. I went through this for a long time last night, figuring out how it's safe, how it could be easy. What I want you to do is put your left foot slightly forward, and I want you to look down, slide your hands down the pole, and bring it down till your right knee goes on the ball. And you'll notice how it wobbles a little bit. Push that knee down. Now, from there, take your hands and put them on the board. And I want you to rock the board side to side. There you go. So you're just feeling here. Now, there shouldn't be any pain in your knee because it's on the soft surface of the ball upside down. And because the ball is obviously round on the part that it's touching the ground because it's upside down, there could be a slight little lean with the knee. There's a slight movement. Now, what I want you to do is come into the center and hold the poles here. Now, while you're there, I now want you to take your right hand, touch the board, come up. Left hand, touch the board, come up. Right hand, touch the board, come up. Left hand, touch the board, come up. Now, can you take both hands off and put them on your knees? Just hold it here. Feel that strength, feel that balance, feel that center. There you go, good. Now put your hands on top of the poles and pull yourself back up. That's the right leg done. Now, when I look at the ball, I can still see it's perfectly in shape. It's still upside down. Take my right leg slightly forward. Slide your hands down the pole so you can lean your body on there. Look down and have your left knee come and touch the middle of the ball. There you go. Now put your hands on the board and just rock the board side to side and notice how your body lean changes as you're doing this going side to side. Keep that knee right in the middle of the red ball. There you go, good. Now find the center and put your hands on the board, on the poles. Just rock that a little bit side to side. Feel how you balance your strength on your knee and the foot that's on the ground, my right foot in this case, is still stabilizing me, but I've got the board if I begin to feel off to find that center. Now, touch the board with your left hand, touch the board with your right hand, and your left hand, and your right hand. And notice when you're doing this, how you don't have to look down, although you can look down and not look at me if you want. Some people prefer that. And as you're doing this exercise, you'll notice how your knee and your body weight and the foot on the ground, in this case the right foot, is adjusting our balance. Now from here, what I want you to do is let go and put your hands over your knee and feel that balance. Feel how you're balanced, even on a ball that could move, but you're centered. We're finding that middle through the pressure point in our right foot and through the knee on the left leg, as well as the toe. You'll feel your toe on the ground. Now come here and pull yourself back up again. Good. Give yourself some little butt kicks in here just to loosen that thigh up. Again, so important, the ability to get down onto a knee and feel balanced and then come back up. So we're now going to do a new progression from here again. A lot of work here, and trust and confidence, and know that if you want to get back up, put your hands on top of the poles, not round here on the top, and you can pull yourself up because the force is going down. May the force be with you. Okay, here we go. This is what I want you to do now. Left foot forward, hands go slightly down the pole so you can hold your body weight. Slide your knee down till your knee is in the middle of the red ball. Feel how it wobbles a little bit, but find that center. Now what I want you to do is take your left hand, push the board to the side, put your right hand on your knee, and I want you to push yourself back up. Good, we're going to do the other side. Right foot forward, slide your hands down so you can lean on the poles. Take the left knee until it's right in the middle of the ball. Feel that pressure, feel how it wobbles a little bit now. Find your center. Now what I want you to do is take your left hand, push on the pole, put your right hand on the knee, and I want you to push yourself back up again as you feel balanced. Let's go the other side. Left foot forward, slide the hands, knee in the middle of the ball upside down. There you go, good. Feel that balance. Now, right hand goes to the top of the pole, left hand goes on the knee, and push and pull yourself back up. You're pushing down with your left hand, pulling with your right hand. One more time on the right hand side. Take your left foot forward, hands slide down the pole slightly so you can support your body weight. Bring the knee down, touch that knee, feel the center, feel that knee right in the middle of the ball. Now from here, right hand goes to the pole, let the board rock. Put your left hand on your knee and push yourself back up again. So that's the next part. We got one more progression to go for those that are brave enough and smart enough and courageous enough to try it, but only if they're ready. Courageous is saying, I'm not ready. Smart is saying, I'm not ready. And that's why it's really important. So you can do what feels good or watch, because the more you understand, your brain will start to say, this is what I want to do. And you'll start preparing yourself to understand, because technique is everything. Okay, left foot goes forward, hands drop, support your body weight, bring your knee to the ground, feel this pressure. Now, instead of holding onto the board, I want you to put both hands on your knee here. Feel yourself safe and solid. I feel balanced. I'm on the ground, I'm kneeling. Now take your hands forward, come back to the knee. I'm grabbing something, I'm coming back to the knee, and my balance feels really solid. Good. Now from here, if you need to, put your hands here. For those of you that want to try, push down with your arms on your knee and push yourself up. You can grab the poles if you need to. Let's go the other side. We can do this twice each side. So I slide my hands. I bring my left knee down to the ball. I feel the center. I'm solid. Now I put both hands onto my knee. I reach for something. I come back. I reach for those plants. I come back. I reach. I come back. Now, if you need to, grab the poles. But for those of you confident and strong enough, you can always, if you begin to feel, you can grab those poles quickly. Push down with both hands and push up with your legs and come back up. We got one more to do and we're done for today. All right. So again, if you can't do the whole exercise, go back to just this motion, just so we begin to build the exercise and loosen the joints up to be able to go lower. Okay, here we go. Hand slide, knee comes down, feel your balance. Once you're good, both hands go on your knee, you feel solid, your balance, reach and back, reach and back, reach and back. Good. Now again, remember, use the poles if you need to. Hands, push yourself up. We're going to the left side, right side, sorry, left knee down, last exercise of the day. Here we go. Take the left foot back, hand slide, drop the knee, find that middle, find your balance point. The foot behind is also critical. I should have talked about that earlier, but you'll feel that pressure point on that foot there. Now, both hands on the knee, feel your balance. Reach, back, reach, back, reach. Notice how you're going, if you want to increase this on your own, you can reach to the side if you want to go and do this exercise on your own, because again, I'm working on that center balance. Now, poles if you need, both hands, push down with your hands, push up with your feet, and you're back up. And that is the end of today's class. What I want you to do is just carefully step back, bend your knees, grab the ball, and you can push that forward into the hole. Get a quick drink of water. Great job. We're going to get a quick drink, and then we're going to go into a cool down. Let's see. I see Bob has been leaving some of these messages. Hey, Doug, you went to a thin mat, much more of a challenge. Yeah. Like I said, the thinner the carpet, the thinner the pile or the mats that we sell are super thin. Because again, it's about having the minimal amount of contact. You can always make it easier by adding a towel underneath the base. But when you go down, it's so much harder, because it's just that little, you don't have as much support in the center. And you'll notice if you look at the bottom of the board, I created a 1-inch width of center, and then it goes straight off. So at any time it rocks, it's going off. There's not a lot of support. It's all about you. When you have success, it's because you've done it. Yeah, Bob, it's funny. I trained obviously for a long time. It's still amazed how many exercises you can do on the board. We're still creating new ones. I would say that I probably have between 300 and 400 different exercises or foot patterns on the board that always challenge the brain, but it's the muscles that are integrated. On the new exercise, Bob, how many reps should you do? I would say on the new exercise, it's not about reps, it's about feel. If you feel strong, then you're good. You could do another one. But when you do a rep and you begin to feel tired on that rep, I would say if you're not really tired, you could do one more, but that's your limit. If you're already tired and going, I've had enough, listen, write down how many you did. Next time, see whether you can do one more or whether you do one less because you haven't fully recovered. But everything is about the feel, because reps are a number that you can use to show progression. but I wouldn't want to say do 10, and yet at 6, your body's beginning to struggle because then bad technique comes in. I hope that explains. Okay, let's come back into here. What I want you to do, first exercise, just drag your foot on the ground. We're cooling down. All we're doing is we're smoothing out the action. My foot stays on the floor all the time, and I'm just feeling those pressure points being relaxed and soft as we're moving side to side. Diane, this could be a great exercise for you, keeping that foot and getting that left leg working, or really the left foot. And so proud of you to hear that you've actually got your toes moving again, and the excitement in your message was infectious. I was so excited for you. Good. What I want you to do now is just rock on your feet. This again, a cool down. We're loosening down a lot of pressure point today, so we're just going to loosen up the soles of the feet, get that mobility in the joint between the toes and the ball of the foot. There you go. Good. Now, just roll the leg out. Again, I'm being really careful on this because I can still feel my ankle injury, and change legs. Left leg, I can be a little bit more, I can be a little bit more extreme on the roll because my left ankle's fine. But again, when you have an injury, you never want to work it to the point where you feel any pain. You want to avoid any pain. Let it give it time to heal. Good. Shake your legs out. Excellent. Push the board to the ground. Put your heel on the board. Put your toe against the pole and just lean forward. Now, one of the things here, can you touch the pole with your chin? Doesn't mean to say pull the pole all the way to you. Can you lean forward? Or you can put your thumb on the top, and can you touch your chin to your thumb? So I'm just here, stretching forward. You'll feel the stretch in your hamstring and in your calf. Left side, put the heel on the board, put the toe against the pole, so we're at a 45-degree angle. Can I lean forward and touch that chin to my thumb? Now, some people would have an advantage here. Someone like Jay Leno, who has a slightly larger chin, and he's a great guy. Jay's an awesome guy. And come back up, but he wouldn't have to bend so far, would he? Now do the same thing again on this side here. Now what I want you to do is push your butt back. So I'm here, keep the front leg straight, push your butt back and bend the back leg. You'll feel the stretch further up your hamstring. The first one was more the calf and lower hamstring. By pushing your butt back, you're now getting a higher stretch up your hamstring. Let's change sides. Again, heel on the board, toe on the pole. Bend the back leg now. Keep that front leg straight. And it's almost like you're sitting backwards. But again, you've got the poles here for your stability. 2 to go. There. And last one. You got it. There you go. And come back up. Good. Now we want to stretch the calf anyway. So take the heel as the ball of the right foot, put it on the edge of the board, board touching the ground, and now push forward. I'm keeping my front leg straight because I don't want to put too much stretch on my Achilles, because that's where my injury is. But if you wanted to have more of a stretch lower down, bend that front leg. I'm not going to demonstrate. I will on the left-hand side. Good. Push the board to the center, put the ball of the foot in the center, and push forward. There you go. Now, if I slightly bend my front leg, and you'll feel, I keep the pressure the same, you'll feel how it stretches more down towards the Achilles, the lower part of the calf, or calf, as I know Bob likes to hear. Let's change sides again. In here, I'm going to keep the right leg straight because I want to stretch the higher part of the calf muscle and not touch the Achilles where I have that slight injury going on. But I still got to keep stretching. See, the danger is if I have an injury that's affecting that area, it doesn't mean to say I can't work other areas that are not injured. So the top of my calf, because what will happen from just avoiding that area altogether, it can tighten up, it can take the pressure of walking because I'm not stretching it. It can tighten the calf, and when you tighten the calf up, it will stretch more on the Achilles as well. So I want to make sure that I'm working on the areas that are not injured, and that is so much about technique. Good, come back to the center. Now what I want you to do, take your feet apart, drop your hands, roll those shoulders. There you go. And roll them forward. We're going to do a lower back stretch now because I could feel from doing the kneeling and the bending forward that my lower back got a good workout today. Now, remember, in the lower back, you have muscles going up the center called the spinal erectors. Those spinal erectors help support the lower back. And so when you're bending forward and standing up, so much of the muscles there are integrated, and they're not used to being trained because we're used to sitting a lot. So they stretch out, but they're not as strong as we need them to be. So when you start doing these exercises, there's a massive bird just came in. What's it doing? Hey, I have a little bird's nest outside the door, and it looked like it came in and tried to steal an egg. So there's little eggs that are in there. I've got this bird's nest just out front. Sorry for interrupting. So I was saying the spinal erectors, hey, it's a crow and it's coming back and trying to steal the eggs out of the little bird that has this place out here. I'm not happy. I love life and giving things a chance in life. I'm gonna have to go out there and chase that bird away. Anyway, sorry for interrupting, but I've always got to protect life when I can. So what I want to do is take your feet back, bend forward, but instead of bending forward with your hamstrings, look in here. I'm going to bend forward by rounding my back. Then I'm going to stand up. So I'm here. I want to round that back and let your hands with the back just drop a little bit. Feel that stretch. Feel that stretch in there in your lower back. Now to stand up, don't just stand up. Bend your knees and rock your way back up again. That means I push my pelvis forward, my hips forward, takes the strain off of the lower back. We're gonna do it one more time. Round the back. Now keep it rounded in here. Now move your hands down and keeping it rounded. Your knees are slightly bent. Feel that stretch in the lower back. Feels so good. There you go. And now to stand back up again, push your knees forward, push your pelvis forward, and stand up. So we're not working the spinal erectors to stand up. We're allowing the pelvis to come underneath, which helps support the stand back up again. And that is the end of today's class. Such a great, simple class. And again, going over some things. So again, so important that we could continue to progress with real life movements. And I just see in here, Denise, well, you're not able to put any pressure on your knees. So we'll keep doing the bending to keep knees limber and keep the leg and feet strong. That's great. See, that's what I love in here, Denise, being smart about where you are. If you do the knee bends and you begin to start getting it stronger around the muscles, by strengthening the muscles around the knee, you can actually strengthen the knee joint. We don't have muscles in the knee joint. We have ligaments, tendons that are in the area, but it's the muscles above and below the knee that give us the strength to support the knee joint. So just doing the exercises and not putting yourself, I'm really proud of you for coming in and again, adapting the exercise to do what's good for you, but you've got to keep the strength in there. And slowly over time, hopefully, it'd be one of those things that you can turn around and, again, get down onto a knee again. Denise is saying, you're not able to put pressure on the knees. And Bob goes, you got 2 ducks in your pool this morning. That's great, Bob. I'm glad you have 2 ducks in your pool. That's funny. Very simple session today. Again, Tuesdays are really going back to basics, feeling it. And look, if you can fly through these exercises, if you do them and you find them very simple, make sure that your technique is good. The better your technique, the more you'll be able to do. And again, one of those things that's so specific and simple, and yet it's amazing. I can go and train athletes on this and get them to it, and their technique's wrong. They're relying just on their muscle strength. But over time, you weaken the skeletal structure by using wrong technique. So just doing the exercises, getting your body moving, getting the muscles elasticated and then stronger, and you've got that dynamics of stabilization coming in. It's invaluable to everyday movement. And that's why in these classes, I do want to take it to higher levels of movement that, again, will challenge your movement ability, and it will make what seemed tough seem now simple because you've gone to a higher level. Pat, you really like using the red ball, especially getting down. Thanks so much. I appreciate you stepping in and doing that. And again, I'm always trying to play with this 60 up board and what can I do? What things can we use? I've got so many different ways to use the poles and to use the, in fact, I might even do one on Thursday now I think about it. We'll have to see. Actually, I got a surprise on Thursday. Thursday is going to be a high level workout. Thanks, Kirk. It's great to have you here as always. Thursday is going to be done in a new location. It's not going to be at home. I'm taking the board with me, and I may have a surprise on camera as well. It won't be Bob on Thursday because Bob is still staying smart and not traveling as much, even though you've had both your shots, Bob. I'm going to be heading down to San Diego, so I'm going to stop along the way and teach the class. And I got a couple of ideas for some exercises as well. We'll have to see whether I'm going to do those yet. I maybe want to experiment more. But Thursday, as you know, high intensity workout. We're going to be pushing the level. We're going to be demanding of the body. We're going to be taking it for that summer body. And when I say summer body, some are going to get there and some are going to try. And sadly, some are going to quit. And so this exercise is for those that really want to go and get that next feeling of progression, getting ready for the summer, and making sure that you're ready to go. So looking forward to it. See you on Thursday. No, Bob, it could be another surprise on camera. So looking forward to seeing you on Thursday, and hopefully Facebook will be working a little bit better on that day. I'm going to try and figure out why I'm not live and why it's going to 60 up, because maybe some people can't find it that much. They're used to finding me. Anyway, loved you all. Have a fantastic. Oh, I did a chest workout yesterday. I just touched myself. Oh, that hurt. Um, that's a sign of progression, right? No pain, no gain. That's not true. I probably overworked it a little bit. So have a fantastic Tuesday. Don't forget Kathy's class tomorrow. I'll be back on Thursday. New location outside. I hope it's not raining, but if it is, I'm still going to do the class. Love to you all. Have a fantastic day. Thanks so much for being here. And again, please leave messages if there's something you want to work on. We don't do this as much anymore. I used to have it where a lot of people would leave messages. I need help with this. I need help with that. Different things. I don't get as many messages, maybe because so many of you have improved so much. But at the same time, just know I'm here to help. If you want higher level help, I can do it on Thursdays. You want basic help or just movement, I can do that on Tuesdays. Reach out. Love to you all. Have a fantastic rest of the day, and I'll see you Thursday. Bye-bye. Oh, that won't even finish. Let's see what's going on. This is Facebook again. Thanks so much. Bye-bye. It won't turn off. Oh, well, this is going to be a long class. I could be with you all day. Have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.